What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Reed Bunch. We are about to head into the grocery store and do some Daniel Fast shopping. Are you ready? Yeah. Okay, but before we go in, let me just say, I'm going into Meijer. However, shop at Kroger, shop at Walmart if you choose. But just remember, the things that I'm going to show you, the brands that you're going to see are probably a lot of times just in Meijer. I've looked around for some of this stuff I'm going to show you, and I've noticed that this is the only place I can find them. One of the reasons why I shop at Meijer is because their produce section be banging. Now, a lot of people say Meijer's is expensive, but we're going to see what my total looks like when we're said and done. All right, are you ready? Let's get started. This is an almond flour right here. I think I'm going to try that, but they also have nut flours. So you can go with the almond, coconut, pecan, and walnut flour to make different dishes or to create sauce. You can also, if you use like a coconut milk or something like that, you can make a sauce and just use some cornstarch to thicken it up, because the cornstarch is a great thickener. And when we look on the ingredients here, cornstarch, that's all it is. Boom. Okay, so that's really simple there, but you want to stay away from all of this stuff: baking soda, baking powder, things like that. Those types now, I don't look at this part of the recipe here, but if I did, I would see it's 0 sugar, but some things make their own natural sugar. What I do is just look at the ingredients right there. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. So these type of meal helpers right here are super easy. However, they're always filled with sugar and yeast and leavening agents here. So you can see it has yeast extract in it. It has sugar, and a lot of other ingredients as well. So we typically stay away from all these things right here, but it is possible for us to make them. We just have to be a little creative and have some time. Right here, really there's not much we can eat besides hot sauce. So boom, I'm gonna add some hot sauce. When you move over here to your ketchups have a lot of sugar in them, so that's not typically something you can have on the Daniel Fast. However, keep looking. Like, you see this one right here that says no sugar added? When I turn it over on the back, it says ripe tomatoes, distilled water, vinegar, salt, onion powder, sucralose. That is another word for sugar, okay? So maltose, sucralose, fructose, high fructose corn syrup, all those things are another way to say sugar. So even though it says no added sugar, there's absolutely sugar in it. Organic honey on your fast. Some people do, some people don't. It's up to you. You decide. I'm not trying to mess you up, but I do want to say that most dressings, like mostly all dressings, have sugar in them. However, the Bragg's line of dressings typically has organic honey in it and not sugar. And so if you're using honey, these would be the dressings that you could use for your salad. This is another brand, Sir Kensington's organic honey as well. These right here, Tasty Bites, these are your friend. I am in the international section right here, where you would find your ramen noodles and things like that, your curry sauces. A lot of these sauces have sugar in them, but these small little packets right here, we're gonna flip over on the back. You can see the ingredients are pretty basic. Beans, lentils, tomato paste, sunflower, chickpeas, black-eyed peas, chickpea flour, dry onion, salt, pepper. So these are pretty good, and they're things that are saucy, like that you can add to some whole grains like couscous or something like that with some beans and make a quick, easy meal. This is your pasta section, and it's pretty broad. Depending on what store you go to, this could be a little complicated. I try to stay with things that say cauliflower or sweet potato or zucchini pasta, okay? Because these things are going to be made from vegetables and not have a lot of extra ingredients in it. So you see this one has lentil flour, chickpea flour, and sweet potato flour. Okay, so that's all that's in there. So from here, all you're doing is trying to find the one that is most in your price range, because as you can see, it can get pricey. $5 for that. You a lie. Then we get up here and we see $2.50. Okay, that might be in my price range. Now try this, see how you like it before you buy a bunch of them, because you may cook this and decide that it's disgusting and you don't ever want to eat it again. Good with salsas, but definitely check your label. I can tell you right now that the thick and chunky is my favorite, and the label just pretty much has tomatoes and water and vinegar and garlic and jalapenos in it. Boom. So, but definitely check the labels, because salsa makes the perfect snack. Salsa and some corn tortilla chips. Perfect snack. I can't wait for you guys to see what I do with this. Yes, it's just crushed tomatoes and it's so good. I can't wait for you to see what I do. A lot of these will work in your canned tomato section, but definitely still check the label. Sun-dried sweet bell pepper section here, right? Your sweet bell peppers, as much as I love them, they typically have sugar in them. But your sun-dried tomatoes, where's the label? Boom. A lot of ingredients down here, but no sugar or yeast. So we're gonna get that. Your broths, this section of course can be sort of overwhelming, but let's hone in right here. I'm gonna make it easy for you. I have Swanson, True Goodness, and Pacific. Out of all three of these brands, only one of them doesn't have sugar in it, and that is this one. So if you need vegetable broth, go with Pacific. More grains. Well, where to begin? So much. We want to stay with our couscouses, our different types of farro, and our quinoas over here in this section. But as you can see, those prices kind of get a little up there. Wow, $8. Even though that bag is gonna give you a lot of quinoa. We want to stay away from these, the Success white rices, but we can move down here into our brown rices and things of that nature. I preferably like to stay up here. The rice vegetables, the rice chickpeas, the lentils, and this brand Bright Rice is decent and has good ingredients. Dope. And guess what? They're having a sale. So I'm gonna get me a bunch of these, and they got some options. Roasted garlic, olive oil and sea salt, and vegetable medley. Yes. Yeah. All right, so to sort through the madness, you want to stay away from flour tortillas and hone in on yellow corn tortillas and my favorite, cha-cha-cha-cha-charas, cha-cha-cha-cha-charas, cha-cha-cha-cha-charas. If you want to make charas or make this hard corn tortilla, you can take some regular ones and bake them, and that's what happens. They turn into the crunchy ones. So that's super easy, and there's a price difference. So buy them and bake them, or go the easy route and buy them already crunchy and ready to go. Crunch in your life, these are grain-free, which you could have had grains, but they're grain-free. And the ingredients are legit. So Crunch Masters, for those of you guys who like that little crunch in your mouth, these you can have. My favorite corn tortilla. Nope. Stay away. Nope. Don't do it. This is a great time to try your hand at smoothies for breakfast. OMG. Add some chia seeds to it and it is going to fill you up, I promise. Now, sometimes fruit can be a little expensive, but find a place where they're having sales. That's about 3 get 1 free. Listen. But yeah, this could be your option for breakfast. Try some new stuff. There's some dragon fruit up there, some jackfruit, which is fire. And they also have like protein blends already put together. So make this your breakfast. Easy, simple, pop it in the blender, mix it up, drink, full, done. This is how you're gonna make it right here. This is how you're gonna make it through the fast. Try to stay away from canned vegetables as much as you possibly can, but frozen vegetables is where you get your life This is where the magic begins. This is what makes life so much easier on the Daniel fast, is vegetables already cut up, frozen, and ready to drop inside of a meal. All right, so I'm just gonna get some, and yeah, just gonna get some. That's what I'm gonna do. This is my fave right here. What you wanna stay away from are things like this. Things that have sauces in them. And where it says lightly sauced or sauced, these are no-nos, because that means they have artificial ingredients in them that you don't want. Your meatless options over here. Now, you may be thinking, I can't eat meat, but I can still eat things that taste like meat. A lot of times, that's not the case, guys. So let's take this Gardein, the ultimate meatless ground. Look on the back, and it's got cane sugar in it, and it has sugar in it again, and it has yeast in it. So, sorry, not gonna be able to have this. Cheeses, you say I love cheese, but I'm Daniel fasting, so I'm gonna look for some vegan cheese and eat that. Well, you think you are, but guess what? These cheeses that are dairy-free have in them yeast. They have yeast in them. So, inactive yeast, yeast extract. So, nah, just stay away from it. Are a must-have. However, nuts are expensive, y'all. Why they cost so dang on much? What I would do, find your favorite nut and just buy that, right? Because, wow. But they are a good filler. They're great to snack on the Daniel fast. And they're good for you. Now, on Weight Watchers, not so much. A lot of points. Boom. $6. Time to try something new. Have you ever had bok choy before? Oh my goodness, you might just love it. Have you ever had some of these bad boys right here, these radishes? Have you ever had purple cabbage? Oh, if you have answered already no, it's time to broaden your horizons. Get out here and try something new. These right here, man, just get a couple. Slice them up, dice them up, eat them up. Some type of mayo. Here you go, Vegenaise. Soy-free, gluten-free, vegan, preservative-free. Ingredients on this bad boy are decent. And I mean a strong if. You feel like you just have to have some meat, then come over here to this section over here in your store where they have egg rolls and dumplings and things of that nature, and get you some of this. Jackfruit. Jackfruit is a great meat substitute. The ingredients in it are amazing. This particular is barbecue. However, there are other versions of this. Also, if you want a meat substitute, boom, use mushrooms. Mushrooms give you that thick, steaky kind of feeling. They don't taste like steak. However, they do give you that texture of meat a lot of times when you add it to a dish. Another thing that I've used in the past is tofu. So a lot of people don't like the texture of tofu, but tofu absorbs the flavor of whatever you cook it with, so that's what makes it a decent option. Spinach is $1.50, and spinach is such a versatile green. Unlike some of these that are kind of bitter when you cook them, spinach just goes well with just about everything. So definitely get you some spinach at the store. Don't go over there and get the bag stuff because that costs too much. Go ahead and get it fresh and put it in a Ziploc bag when you get home. If you haven't tried them before, they're super buttery and wonderful, but you want to buy them when you can touch them and your finger kind of presses into it. This one is ready. Versus something like, let's see, this. You press it, nothing happens there. See? You can never go wrong with apples, oranges, pears, peaches, strawberries, grapes as your snacks. You just can never go wrong. So load them up, find your deals. That's 3 for $5, decent. And buy you some, so that way whenever you feel hungry, you have something you can grab that's super easy, that you don't have to cook, that you can just pop and satisfy yourself. And more hummus. Now, definitely stay away from, you know, your randoms. The cauliflower hummus probably gonna have sugar in it. You know how I know? Because I looked. Stay away from your artichoke and spinach hummus. got sugar in it. However, your red pepper hummus does not. So, where's those ingredients? Boom. This is definitely an option. You can also do your classic hummus right here, and you're in good shape. So if you're a dipper and a snacker, that type of thing, hummus could definitely be your friend. Okay, guys. So this is my haul for today. Now, some of this stuff is not Daniel Fast approved, but I do have kids, so I do get stuff for them as well. And just so you know, they Daniel Fast with me, because I'm not making extra. I'm not doing it. Applesauce, something that I didn't mention, but I do want to say, why not? Why not? I love applesauce, yes. And you can have it, so eat it. And my Tabitha Brown boys, because that's your business. Okay, guys, we're done. We are done. And real talk, I'm exhausted. I don't know what it is about reading labels and picking out what to eat and what not to eat that somehow wears me down. But let me just say, I spent about $100, but that makes sense because I'm feeding 5 people when I cook. If you're just feeding yourself, of course, you're going to spend way less money than I did. And then also, I eat a large and wide variety of different foods. If you're just like, I know I'm not about to eat that. I'm not going to try that. I'm not doing that. That's going to also lessen your bill as well. So just keep that in mind. Anywho, I hope this helped you kind of think through what to look for when you're Daniel fasting, what things to stay away from when you're Daniel fasting, and how to just go about grocery shopping. Your best bet is to just kind of, if you can, stay around the perimeter because that's where the fresh stuff is. However, you can dip and dab a little bit in those aisles and get some things that are sugar-free, yeast-free, so on and so forth. You know the drill. All right, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Bye.